Hello, I'm Rich Baritone, and this video is for you, Tywee Sneed, and you're going to be terrified by it. Tywee, there's a line from an old Talking Heads song called Once in a Lifetime. The line is, and you may say to yourself, my God, what have I done? I bring that up only because you're going to be saying that phrase a lot for the rest of your life, Tywee. As always, allow me to explain. First of all, it's true. All of it. You figured us out. At long last, you figured us out. As such, the time is here for us to place our cards on the table, as there is nothing to hide anymore. It is time for you to know the truth. All of it. Everything you ever thought about Sneedville, it's all true. For one thing, we're all loaded. All of us. I'll explain why right fucking now. We're the feds. Everyone in Sneedville is, in fact, a federal agent, every last one of us. We always have been, just like you have always believed. You'll also be absolutely terrorized to know that we really are financed by the federal government. The Freemasons and the Red Triangles, they launder this money. Then they distribute the cash to us on behalf of the feds. That's why we're all rich. Turns out you were right all along, Tywee. So yes, we are rich. You are broke, and your permanent state of lack is by design, Tywee. But to call it a plot would be so crude. It's more of an operation, or a mission, if you will. By the way, did you notice the usage of the phrase permanent state in the previous statement? I use that phrase because you will never escape your dilapidated circumstances, Tywee. And that is ensured by the federal government, just like you thought it was. Something else you should know, since everything's out in the open now. There is currently an IRS-sponsored order of action on you to keep you broke forever and seize what money you do obtain. The IRS will then give this money to various church groups, in addition to the order of action, which is commonly known as a OOA. It never expires. And that stolen inheritance you're always bitching about? It was stolen. It was, in fact, seized by the OOA. And you will never see it. Not one penny, baby. We have all of it. Because of this, you will have problems with buying food or anything at all for the rest of your life. Sounds awful, doesn't it, Tywee? Yet it gets worse, Tywee. So much worse. You have believed for years now that we have agents wherever you may be at any given time. Well, this has been true for the last 6 years. And it also used to be that our agents knew where you were almost all of the time. They now know where you are all of the time. Want to know exactly how that happened? By golly, I'll tell you. On the weekend of April 19th, we deployed a federal agent to Brownsville with a mission so secret, only a select few even knew of its existence. His code name is Money Mike, and he was there to expose things about your surroundings and your world that you wanted no one to know about, Tywee. Mike was there to expose where you work out, the exact route that you wander aimlessly every day. He even found the gas station bathroom you're always in. Money Mike then documented this all on video. Once this was done, and it was, Mike then distributed copies of these videos to local Freemason and Red Triangle operatives. Oh, there are a great many of them. Trust me, Tywee, you can't even fathom the number. But know this, everyone you see at the park when you're doing your stupid chin-ups, Freemason and Red Triangle operatives, all of them. Everyone you pass on the sidewalks of Brownsville, they're the same people. And they're all highly trained, and they're all ready to go at the slightest provocation from you. And it was all brought into focus by Money Mike's James Bond-like surveillance skills. It's true. So you see, Tywee, even before Money Mike made contact with you, his videos had already guaranteed for you the constant presence of our daily surveillance teams in Brownsville, to such a point that escape from them is truly impossible now. Fortunately for you, the mission of the DST is not violence, unless, of course, you want to go there and prove your street cred. They're ready. You aren't. So you won't. Because of course you won't. Money Mike confirmed your workout spot, your daily walking or bicycle route, and the gas station bathroom that you frequent every day. But Mike wasn't done. Know what else he did? He confirmed where you're squatting and confirmed that a person that we were all hoping was no longer living at the address is still in the home. Since we believe this to be a dangerous situation, know that the surveillance of this address will be doubled during the times you are verified by field personnel to be at the address. You can thank Money Mike for that. And where are the spies? They're everywhere, you little bitch. They're in the trees, they're in the bushes, they're in the grass. Did you know that some time ago, and using information supplied by Money Mike on a previous undercover mission, that crew planted sub-microscopic sized cameras all through the structure located at the address at which you are now staying? Indeed, we have turned that structure into a paranoid schizophrenic's worst fucking nightmare. And you live there, Tywee. Have fun looking at the cameras, because they are certainly looking at you. I mean, look at everything Agent Money Mike has done to derail your life. And at this point, you hadn't even met him yet, Tywee. That, of course, has now changed to your soon-to-be everlasting regret. Believe me when I tell you that. Another thing you need to know, a side mission of sorts for Money Mike was to prove your unworthiness for, quote, secret missions, end quote. Our overlords were curious. So this is how Mike did this. After initiating contact with you, Mike soon brought up the idea of having lunch in exchange for an interview, which you accepted like the starving dog that you are. The moment you accepted that lunch, you proved yourself unfit for high security missions. It only took the offer of a free enchilada platter for you to spill on yourself for 3 hours. If a free platter of food is enough to make you talk, you do not have the nerve or the guts to go on any type of, quote, missions, end quote. Congratulations, Tywee. You failed the test. You should, of course, know that you were never being considered for any agency or high security work. Again, the commission wanted to see the speed at which you would spit the bit and spill your shit. They were not disappointed. In fact, they found you very, very amusing. Your acceptance of lunch, man, it set into motion things you hadn't anticipated, Tywee. Because upon your arrival at that low-class, gas station-attached Tex-Mex restaurant, You know, the one you always go to? At that time, the top priority part of the operation was set into motion. Two things were about to happen to you that will ruin your life, Tywee, even more so than it already is. It's like this. When Money Mike and yourself were seated, you were seated at a table that had been pre-bugged by the red triangles that are employed there. Before you ordered, Money Mike and the waitress exchanged messages by blinking in Morse code. Now, knowing her commands from Mike, your orders were taken, and it was time to deploy the retro virgin salt that we obtained from a how do I describe her? She was like some voodoo priestess / tarot reader or something like that. It may have been Jamila. She looked an awful lot like Jamila. Anyhow, Tywee, the salt was all over your enchilada platter. Yes, it certainly was. And then you ate it, Tywee. You ate it, not knowing of the spell-laden salt or the curse it carried with it. The curse, you ask? You're never getting laid again, Tywee. That's the curse. You will carry this curse for 50 lifetimes. No antidote, no hope. You're fucked. Or not fucked in this particular case. With that all done, Money Mike then struck you at your weakest point, Tywee. Money. This was the gambit. Want to know what it was? I'm going to tell you. Money Mike offered to buy you a new cape, knowing you would say, just give me the money. And you did say that, Tywee. You did say that. So Money Mike sent you $15, and he sent you so much more. You see that Cash App transfer? Contained a code, a government code, that permanently embedded itself into your Cash App as well as your phone's directory. Does this code steal your money? No, it doesn't. But what it does do is extraordinary. Through your now viral Cash App, your phone now functions as what we call a Google Earth beacon. As of right now, all we have to do is open Google Earth and look at Brownsville, Texas. If you have your phone with you, you will show up in Earth as a blinking pink light, whether your phone is on or off. Checking this effect yourself will not work, as this code cloaks itself automatically, rendering the code's effect unseen to the owner's affected device, therefore unseen to the owner itself. Genius, really. And since this code is already permanently in your phone's directory, deleting Cash App won't rid you of it. It's a part of your phone now, Tywee. The only thing you can do is get rid of your phone, and you can't afford that because you're nothing that you say you are. But at the end of the day, you got donkey showed, Tyree. You did. You're never going to have sex again because of a voodoo curse that was put on your food. You're going to live under far tighter surveillance. And we know where you are at all times because you're basically a lighthouse showing everyone on Google Earth where you are, Tywee. And you know, Tywee, since we're being open and honest here, Money Mike helmed a test mission, like a rehearsal of sorts before the big one. Yeah, just like that. And all jobs assigned to him were completed. But the most important thing, it was clearly demonstrated to you just how easily you can be touched, Tywee. Tywee, you were face to face with a wolf in sheep's clothing. You had lunch with the enemy, with an agent that represents everything you hate the most, Tywee. Now that we know with certainty that you're so unaware of your surroundings as to allow the enemy into your personal space, There's going to be another mission. When? As you like to say, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Sleep with one eye open, biting your pillow tight, Tywee.